Because obviously in the early stages, you'll be talking openly to each other. But then once you start triggering each other, once you start, the person opens you to heal. You'll be here watching me like this, with tissue. You're talking about something I've been through. Remember that we can cry as much as we want here, because this is healing, right? The early stages are good, yes, they're good, but when they start triggering, taking you to what you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to go, that is when you find that one of you will be chasing the other. Because you cannot understand why you were feeling like that, and all of a sudden someone cannot feel the same way as you're feeling. So you'll be trying to get to them, like, come on, that thing that was happening between us was different. You must be joking. You must be still feeling the same as I'm feeling. You obviously, you're lying. Because this is the way I'm thinking about things, the way I'm seeing things, the way my body's feeling, the way I'm dreaming. I mean, seriously, you cannot tell me that you don't feel these things. You cannot tell me that you don't dream about these things. I mean, you coming to me vividly in dreams. I mean, seriously, what is happening? And when you're coming to me, you're telling me things, and I see you doing those things. I mean, seriously, you cannot say you don't actually experience what I'm experiencing. I mean, I want to be with you, and there's no way that you can tell me you don't want to be with me. And I'm gonna be chasing. I'm gonna chase it. I'm gonna chase it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care even if I look like a fool. I'm gonna be just bombarding you until you block me. And bombarding I will do. And I'm gonna be asking you why. But you know how I'm feeling. You know I'm feeling something, right? But how come you're not feeling something? I mean, seriously, what is this? Because you are afraid to go back and into yourself. Because you are trying to find something outside. Your ancestors, they want you to go within, to find that love that you have, to share it out there with the person you're chasing. The ancestors want you to love yourself the same way as you're loving that one. The ancestors, they want you to think and remember that you can, instead of chasing that one, you can chase yourself, the real you. Find yourself and start healing things that you don't want to think about. Those things, you're not going to get it from that person. That person was just there to remind you that love is like that. But ancestors, they want you to go within yourself so you can heal. The pain is too much, and you'll be, remember that you heal, right? Physically, you're gonna have to go deep, right? Deep. You're gonna be going deep. You're gonna be thinking about things that are uncomfortable. You don't want to think about, because remember, that person is there to show you something that you need to heal. That's what they're there for. Because they're your when you see them, you see yourself. Because that's everything about them is you, right? They're showing you that bit of you that needs to be looked at. Everything that they're showing to you. When they're running away from you, it means you're running away from yourself. When they're doing things to you, that means you're facing yourself. They're coming to you, that means, yeah, you've been looking at yourself. That means you're bringing them back by facing yourself. But unfortunately, the bubbling stage, I mean, this kind of connection is kind of strange, isn't it? Because everything that you want to know can be shown to you in dream state. These people will be showing it to you. The person you're crying about will be showing them to you, saying that, look, the reason why I'm running away from you is because of this. You need to heal that bit of you. But because ancestors have made you feel the feels that you've never felt before, you're not going to be listening to the man in your dream. You're going to want to talk to the man in physical, or the woman physical, depending if he's a man or a woman. It's a crime fest tonight. It's a crime fest. And talking about that, normally when these people are coming, like when they're coming to you, right? Remember that they will help you heal. Remember that these things, it goes in stages. Remember this, they always come to help you grow spiritually. You can always tell where you are spiritually because these people, they will show you. They'll show you every bit that needs to be worked on. They'll show you everything. They'll show you where you are in the journey. Physically and the spirit. Physically, I think physically, if you want to live properly, nicely, in peace, you need to forget about the physical person. You need to concentrate on the physical person. When I'm saying the spiritual person, remember, the physical person is the one you meet physically, but they will come to you spiritually in dreams, right? So if you want to live nicely, happily ever after, you need to concentrate on what that physical person, that spiritual person is saying to you, and what this physical person is doing with you, and what not why am I saying physical? That spiritual person is your lead. Everything you'll find it there. All the information, everything that you need to know, everything, all the stages, where they are, everything that to do with you and them is in the dream. Remember that the way every time, the same way as the way our ancestors talk to us, these people will do exactly the same way. So the physical person, remember, if I was you, I just know they're there. But once you both are healed, you're vibrating properly together at the same level. You see, when you meet and you do anything you do together, you'll see how successful it gets. Because that's what it is all about. Anything you do together, you do anything together, like you meet and do something together. Yes, we'll be talking differently. They're like that. Marriage, you probably, because remember that these journeys, the journeys are different for everyone. Everyone's journey is totally different. Journeys are totally different. This is just we're just talking as in things that might be common to others. Remember that it's not all the journeys are going to be the same. Not the same way as even our ancestors, the way they get to us is not going to be the same for everyone. Even this one is not going to be the same for everyone. It's different. Now, what we're just talking about is that there's just that person. We're just talking about that person who is going to be, it's going to be like different from everything that you know. That is what it's all about. That is just that person. Spiritual connection. The woman or the man of your dream. And they say it is rare, isn't it? It's rare. Not everyone will go through that bit. I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a curse. Do we just say as a good thing or as a curse? I guess you cannot say it's a curse, because if we say it's a curse, that means we won't be able to hear our ancestors. Imagine my ancestors listening to me saying that and disappearing, all of them. And the spirits. Guys, imagine what I'll be left with. Why will I be calling myself now? That means I won't be calling myself Mogolma. What will I call myself after my ancestors disappear? It's not a curse. It's a good thing, I guess. It's a good thing. The person is working with the ancestors, spirits and guys. Now, what I find interesting as well, this is something my ancestors said. What I find interesting as well is that then ancestors, right, they show you that that one cannot cannot, it cannot end. Even if you're dead, you'll still be meeting each other in other realms, right? Both of you, even if you're both dead, you'll be meeting each other, because this is continuous. This is like your partner for life. Is that spiritually you'll be, anyway, you once you have this one, if you've gone through this route, you know that you meet them even when you go to other realms, right? Other realms, like other realms, you meet you meet, you meet them anyway. You guys understand? Anyway, so ancestors, the thing that I don't understand with this soul partner, Lerato la Moya, is that ancestors, they do the tricks, right? They get you through that, and then after that they say no, it is not, and they say no, we want to stop, and because obviously if they see that you're going nuts, you're becoming a nuisance to them, because you're thinking about the other bit. You're not thinking about plants and healing other people. And ancestors want you to be thinking about plants and healing other people, and all you're thinking about is the other one 24/7. So what ancestors will do is that they will tell you that you need to stop thinking. How do ancestors do things like that? Ancestors sometimes they will stop you. They will tell you that this is becoming a nuisance to them, right? Even spiritually, like remember that, because this is I told you that is a separate thing. This is like a different journey on its own, meaning that the ancestors, once they've made sure that you guys have met each other physically, spiritually and physically. Remember, once they've done that, they've gone through that, they've opened you, they opened you the way they wanted to open you. Now you're operating properly and stuff like that. The person now supposed to come when you need to be dealing with other issues, they'll come, right? So ancestors, they can try and even stop the person from meeting you spiritually. Because why they do that is that because you will be bothering them physically, saying you want to meet your person spiritually. Guys, this is a different kind of thing I'm talking about. It is different. It is messy. It's messy because you cannot be with the person physically. Now you start understanding the journey properly. You start demanding to meet your Lerato la Moya spiritual. You start even bypassing ancestors because you want to meet your person. The ancestors now, they can see that. Remember that the spiritual journey, you will have guides, ancestors, spirits, and everyone there in this bit, this level, right? Let's just say in the sixth dimension, because the fifth dimension is where they meet you when you hear them talking to you, inner voice, right? Let's say they're there in their sixth dimension. That's the only way I can think of for now. You bypassing them now. You are now, instead of asking your people, I haven't seen that one. What is actually happening? I'm now stressed. I cannot deal with this. I'm thinking too much, and all I'm thinking is that one, and that is happening too much, and now I cannot be. Things are just going crazy and stuff like that. You now want to directly call, because spiritual, you can reach them the same way as you can when you're partying, you can reach ancestors, right? But now you're bypassing that bit. You want to directly call your one, your spiritual one. These ancestor spirits and guides will be like there, like a hawk, stopping the gate, like, you cannot pass us, you cannot pass us, you cannot pass us. Because when you just, you're no longer listening to them now. You want you demanding to meet your one. What is the chance of spiritual partners also being spiritually gifted? Very high. Because remember, very high. Because remember, when you meet these people, even though sometimes you might meet and you realize that they're doing something else, that you're doing something is totally different. The moment you activate, because remember, you'll be, these are people that you'll be doing the same, similar things. You'll be doing similar things. Your journey will be towards one main thing, right? These people that you meet, they'll share everything. They'll be like everything about you is them. Everything about them is you. Their interest, your interest is the same. It's just the same. There's no difference. If you look properly, there's no difference between the two. Whatever they're doing and what you're doing, you see that spiritually you're going to the same direction. You might not, one of you might still be drawing towards something else, but you both are going towards the same road. Because that is the reason for spiritual partner. You don't meet someone where someone is they're involved with something, and you're involved in something, and those two, they don't mix. No. This is exactly you. Everything about you is them. Everything about them is you. Once if they haven't started healing, obviously you wouldn't see that they're going towards the same road as you, because obviously they're still pulling the other way. They're still trying as much. But the moment they start dealing with their issues, you'll see they'll be following your road, because you are both are going towards the same thing. Because that is what it is. That's what you both are here for anyway, to help each other along your purpose. Both of you are going towards one main purpose. It's just that the problem is that sometimes during due to challenges that as living physical people, you face challenges. You find that ego involved as well. You might find that both are going towards the same thing. If you are a spiritual person, even that person is going to be a spiritual person. You're going to be going towards the same thing. But you might not, you'll see everything will be, you'll be going towards the same thing, similar, even if it's not the same, but similar. But along the way, you're going to meet halfway. That's why I'm saying that once you meet and you both are doing one particular thing that you're here to help each other do, it's going to be this most successful thing. You find that at some stage, you end up, anyway, you might end up meeting the same people as well, but then you don't realize it at the time. But as time goes on, when you meet and you're talking properly, like if both of you are healed a little bit, at least you're meeting, because remember, it's like you meet, you go separate ways, then you meet again when when it's needed. You meet the same way. When you meet, you find that one of you might still be might not be open as much as they're supposed to open, but you get some information physical. But obviously, spiritually, you're getting them in dreams. Information, you're getting it in dreams. But physically, they might acknowledge some things you're seeing in dreams, but they don't realize it. Or you don't realize that you're saying something, acknowledging something for them as well. So you're meeting like that. Then you go separate ways. You meet, probably even meet same people, but you don't realize it. At some stage when you meet, you realize, even though we're trying, this people, it's like we are just running into each other all the time. This thing is spiritual, remember. the whole thing is directed. It is as if, what they call it, that thing when you're dancing and you're dancing for the same tune, you're in the same dance, in the same rhythm and stuff like that. Yeah, synchronicity. The reason that you guys might not be meeting is because one of you needs to go through healing, and until, even if it's you go through your own healing, you find that it will be easy to meet them. You realize that sometimes they are being like that to you. They are coming across to you like that, as if they haven't evolved spiritually, or they are still far behind. For you, you might be seeing it like that. But when you hear that bit of you that needs healing, and now you're meeting as it for to activate another bit of you, to activate you to grow more, to develop more spiritual, like self-development, because they are there for that. So you'll find that when you talk, like you openly talk to each other, you'll find that sometimes the people that you think are not spiritually, haven't gone as far as you, they're actually so far ahead. You understand? They were just waiting for you. While waiting for you, they were being shown to you like that. There's nothing going on with them and stuff like that. It's the same thing as when you're meeting each other right for the first time at the early stages. You'll be babbling. Both of you cannot avoid each other anyway, like physically and spiritual. You cannot avoid each other, because what is happening is that you need to open up. They need to open you properly, so they need to get you together, because being together means energetically together, physically in close proximity. You're activating each other, isn't it? So they'll be pushing you close to each other all the time. Every time, it's not, it's the same thing as when you're going to the water to cleanse, when you're going to the mountain to align properly their chakras properly. You get energetically, there's some energy you get there. Even with them, it works like that. You're being close to them, in close proximity, your energies, you're aligning with them, you're aligning the chakras, even just being in like that, even talking on the phone sometimes, things like that, your chakras are aligning. They're helping you align that bit of you. Remember that. So once that bit is done, when you're talking to each other, you'll find that what you think you're far is not like that. It's not the case. Sometimes when they pretend as well that they do not think about you. If it is Baratani Bamoya, I'm not talking about the Baratani Bamoya is very, very straightforward. It's not something to be confused with people being addicted to others who don't love them. Baratani Bamoya is spiritual. It means that you will be, things are going to be happening to you spiritually that are going to be obvious that this is not something that is related to how love is supposed to be, as in physical terms. It is a spiritual kind of thing. Everything will be spiritually. Things will be happening to you. Your people will be showing you things to ensure that you're following the right path. They'll be, when you go out of the way, they'll be doing things. Sometimes you actually might even make you when you in the dream state, spiritually meeting, they say something. So your people, when they want you to make sure that you understand this is spiritual things, whatever they say, when you're talking to them physically, they will say it exactly as they said in dream, because your people want to show you that this is not something, we are not playing here. It is serious, spiritual. They will say it exactly and do exactly as they did. They will show them exactly as they show them in the dream state. They will show it to you in physical state, because they want to show you that this is not a joke. It is serious matters. That's why I'm saying there's no Muti that works for that one. Not that I've been asked for Muti for it. And that is what that, yes. And if the person is showing you that they're avoiding their truest self, that means even you avoiding that bit of you. Because remember that whatever they're showing you, it is about you. If they're showing you that bit like they do not care, that means even you do not care about yourself. Because remember that they're supposed to take you back to who? To yourself. So when whatever that they're reflecting back to you, remember they're your mirror. They're mirroring you. Everything about you, they will be mirroring, you'll be seeing it in them. When they're like they do not care, nothing, they're avoiding and stuff like that. It means that you're avoiding yourself. You do not want to look at yourself. You do not want to face yourself. So everything that they're doing, they're reflecting back to you. When they're being like that, you must look in. You must look within. Look at yourself and saying, okay, what is happening with me? Why is this person reflecting this back to me? What am I supposed to look at? Oh, I'm not being my truest self, because you're chasing that. Why you're not look at yourself? Because when you chase, they will show you the bit that is lacking within you. I told you that this topic will keep on going back to it all the time. Spiritually loved people, people who cannot be with people they love physically, and they're spiritually healing, and they're spiritually connected. And remember, as people who find lots of beautiful love in dreams format, people who will always understand what it is like to have that kind of, because remember this, the whole thing is about having you loving yourself as much as that kind of love that you've been shown that exists. You're supposed to give it back to yourself, because you need it. You need it so that you can balance all your masculine, the energies within yourself, the masculinity and the femininity energies within yourself. That is why these people are there, to take you back to that, so those things can be managed, they can be balanced, because that is what is lacking within us. Remember that. I thought you guys were going to be healing, because not only healing, I wanted you to cry nicely. Anyway, remember, we are loved up people. So I'm going to spiritually send you that love, the heart that is needed. Remember that. And remember, the truth of karma will come, will happen. Well, this topic, I love it too much, right? I love it too much. Actually, I didn't share much with you because guys, is a topic that you need to think properly about. Anyway, but as time goes on, we'll be opening up nicely, so we can share nicely with each other. We can talk about it nicely, guys, because this topic is interesting. Don't mind me when I'm saying it's messed up, because guys, in dreams there's nothing messy. It's all love. Pew. Anyway,